Hi, welcome to the channel. If you're wondering, this is still the same elf army. I'm building this army for Kings of War. I previously did a video on how I painted this army. This army is painted in a very fast way, so I used a speed method to paint. That is how I've got these few regiments up in under 2 months. About 2 months. So I'm working on the 3rd regiment. I've got some bowmen. I've got some spearmen. All of this is supposed to be the core of my army. As you get, I've also got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I've got about another 17 more to go. I should be done by morning. It's approximately 10 p.m. right now. So the general idea is for me to get color on all the figures. So all 3 regiments will have color. Basic colors, basic shade, basic everything. Once that's done, once you have the whole thing done, I tend to play with it maybe. But I also bring an extra, a little bit extra to the regiment by going back to it once, whenever I got a little bit of time. I know this is not something a lot of people would recommend, because for a lot of people, once they are done with the regiment, they're done with the regiment. But I like how, as I progress and as the army is built, I want to go back and make it look better. As you can see from the army, this was done back and forth. So what I would do is I would actually paint some figures, then I'll look at the other figures, pick up another figure that's already painted, and touch up a little bit more where I think needs a bit more detail. The initial idea is to get these regiments out fast, but there's no harm going back in and working on this a little bit more. So, like I said, I've got these done, but this video is actually to address some feedback we've got from the last video. So, in the last video, hang on. So we received a message from Greg, who says, "Hey Wolf, I saw your latest YouTube video, building a Kings of War Elf Army, Part 3. And may I suggest in your follow-up videos, when you mention the end results of the unit, the use of stickers on shields, animal companions, etc., zoom in on the whole unit so the audience can get a closer look at them instead of pointing to what you did from afar." Right, which is great. That's exactly the kind of feedback I want, because I'm actually learning how to do videos, especially videos for wargaming and painting. So this is learning process. So thanks, Greg. Really appreciate it. And just for you, this is how I did the shields. Now the shields that I got in this set of Kings of War Elves are actually stickers. They're not really decals. So what I did was I reinforced it, or should I say I added more glue so it'll stick. But as you can see, the actual design and the shield are 2 separate sizes, which is alright. To be honest, it's alright. I was kind of worried about this when I first started working on it, but then once you put them on, the shield's general color tends to take in the design, and it doesn't feel out of place. It feels like it belongs. And what I did after that is once I've got the sticker on, let it dry, and I gave the sticker varnish or varnish protector, and I used Army Painter's matte varnish to do this. So I just did 1 layer. I'll probably do another layer when the whole thing is done, when the whole army is done. Just to be extra sure, maybe to make the thing look a little bit more smooth. But at the moment, I only did one layer of matte varnish for the shields. So that's pretty much how I did the shields. Greg also wanted to know how I did the pet, the companion. Generally, I used a base of white, and I used the same green wash method, but I used a light blue instead. And I also repeated the same color for the swords and the standard bearer. That way, everything seems to unify. For the bowman, I went with a more wooden looking bow because it felt very forest. It wasn't that forest palette that I had in my mind. And Greg, this is what the animal companion looks like. Now, generally, whenever I build a regiment of any sort, I tend to like to concentrate on the main characters. So, here's the main characters. Right, so I'm glad you like that. Assuming you like that, I'm gonna get back to working on this few figures. Hopefully, once this is out, I've given myself about another 2 weeks to just complete everything, get all the basing done. The 3 regiments done a little bit higher standard than the usual on the table. The initial videos is on this playlist, as you can see up here. But the idea is when you're building regiments for a regimental kind of game or blocks of infantry, it's a very good idea to make sure you've got the bulk done first. So, get all the colors done first, get all the details done later. That way, when you are actually collecting, it doesn't feel like you're taking forever on one unit. For characters though, yes, take the extra effort on characters. So I usually leave like the main generals for later. That's the ones you spend hours just doing the cloak, or spend hours just doing the face. These ones work on base color, wash, detailing, and a bit of highlight. So something very, very quick. Right, so that's pretty much it. I hope you like this video. It's pretty short, and hopefully the next time you see these guys, you'll see them slightly bigger. We are currently doing lockdown here in Malaysia due to COVID. So I'm not so sure when this army will see battle. So I'll probably try to raise this army to maybe 500, 600 points, and then I will stop until after COVID, and then I'll try to find something to play with. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.